Hello everyone, today I'll be doing a group draw prediction for MPLI and M5, starting with MPLI. I'll start with Group A, you know, with and North America representative TOB. I think for Group A, the two teams will be making it out. Now, keep in mind, for MPLI, it is best out of one group stage, and M5, it's best out of three. So, two very different things, very, very different. Because best out of one, um, unless like a team is extremely much better than a team, it can be it's like a 50-50 coin toss because cheesing is very strong in the best out of one. Cheesing is like when you bust out a strategy that you've never shown before, you've only practiced in scrims for secret teams, or it's like a very secret strategy that you pull out of nowhere with like either a secret hero, a unique hero that no one expects to see, or a unique strategy that no one expects to see, and or like a cheesy composition where it's like hyper early game focused so that you don't give the enemy any room to scale. That's not really that's more of a strategy than a cheese, but people consider that like a cheese too because it's very abnormal because it's like not it's very risky to do those kind of like team comps. So because you can do that in BO1s, it can be 50-50 for like a teams that aren't much better than one another. Like a team could be a decent amount better compared to another team, but still it could be a 50-50 chance for either team to win. So going in with that information, I think Group A, Bren, 100%, almost guaranteed, probably makes it. And I haven't heard good things about Nova Esports, so unless they improve a lot, or they're just hiding all their strategies for whatever reason, I don't see them making it out. As for TOB and Dewa, I think it's a 50-50. If it was a best out of three series, I think it would be in TOB's favor. Because it's a best out of one, it's like a 50-50 coin toss, so I can't really guarantee for sure what I think is going to go 100%. Group B, I think it's Blacklist, and then either Geek Fam or Homeboys. Again, Geek Fam, or again, it's like a best out of one. If it was a best out of three series, or a series in general, I would say Geek Fam. But Geek Fam has been known to struggle in series, and they're very good at like reverse sweeping. But you don't have that opportunity in a best out of one. So I would say like, for Geek Fam or Homeboys, I'm leaning a bit more towards Homeboys though. Blacklist for sure though. I don't know if Falcons has a chance at all. Group C, it's safe to say Echo for sure. And the second place is actually quite hard. Cause in the series, I would say BTR goes. But BO1, it could be any of those three teams. You know, a cheese like can go a long way, especially with Indonesia. So Group C, Echo for sure. I'll say BTR, but I won't be surprised if Evos or Rebellion somehow make it. Group D, I would say probably RRQ and RSG, most likely. Their RRQ has choked group stage games in past like international tournaments. So out of the two, RSG or RRQ, I think it's more likely RRQ would choke and throw like a series versus you soon. No way Team Flash. I don't know about Team Flash, but RRQ and RSG. So to summarize, Group A, Bren and TOB or Dewa 50-50 chance. Group B, Blacklist, most likely Homeboys, maybe Geek Fam. I'm not gonna say most likely. I'm in favor of Homeboys, but I'll say Geek Fam has a good shot too. Group C, Echo, and probably BTR. In Group D, RRQ and RSG. And now, moving on to M5 group stages. So, the group stage in M5 is a bit more different because it's best out of three. I can zoom in. I just realized. I just figured that out. That I could zoom in. That's insane. Okay. Starting with Group A. This is a pretty much... got Onic for sure is going to win this bracket. Most likely see you soon. I don't have a lot of faith in Brazil runner-up BTR. And I think See You Soon and Onic are just much stronger than Falcons, is it? I believe. And Group B, I would say most likely going to be the wild card number 1 and Blacklist. Now, the wild card number 1 is most likely going to be Little Gun from Mongolia. Mongolia has been known to be really strong as of late. They didn't really give a good performance in IESF, but the reasons being for that is because they all got food poisoning when like as soon as they landed and didn't have any time to practice, nor were they in the condition to practice. But from what I'm hearing and what I've seen, Mongolia is going really strong right now. So I'm gonna say Group B, most likely Black and Mongolia. If not Mongolia, probably Firefox. RQ Brazil got unlucky with this bracket, I'm not gonna lie. Like, they're a pretty solid team, but there's too many powerhouses in this bracket, so it'll be really hard. Not really powerhouses, but like very strong teams. Group C, it's basically laid out there already. AP Bread and Burmese Ghouls. You know, M2 Grand Finals rematch right there. That's going to be an exciting match to watch. Flash and Wildcard Slot 2, I don't know much of a chance versus Burmese Ghouls and AP Bren. Flash, I don't know how good they are, but they're just, I don't see a hope for them beating Bren or Burmese Ghouls. As for the Wildcard 2 slot, that is very interesting because I've heard different things about KBG being pretty solid China. So hard to say, but most likely Bren and Burmese Ghouls, unless like Wildcard 2 slot pulls them out in Miracle. Group D is probably the most unpredictable bracket out of all the groups. Unpredictable group for sure. Every single one of those teams is like decent. There's no team that is like really below the rest, in my opinion. I think they're all pretty close in skill level. Geek being a bit above the rest for sure. So I think in this group, now, since it is Geek's first time in an M series, that might get to their nerves. Although they do have Marky and Beloy, who both have experience, it's still different from the other players. Homeboys has been doing pretty strong. I don't know much about them, but it is a region consisting of, you know, a bunch of imports now, so it's elevated the skill of the region by a good margin. Devu, I have... Not many people know about Devu, but we scrimmed them a lot in Romania for IESF. So did Bren, BTR, and, you know, I didn't talk to BTR about their scrims, but Bren, they said they were a pretty solid, alright team. And with our scrims too, it was they're pretty good too. So they definitely have like a shot at making it to the top 2. So I actually don't really know about like predictions for this group, but in my overall, I'd say Group D probably Geek and like either TOB. Dude, like it's really hard to say. Like Group D, I really can't make a prediction for the second runner up. I would say Geek for sure, and the last one could be any of those 3 teams. Group A, Onyx and See You Soon for sure. Group B, Blacklist and Little Gun. Group C, Brandon Burmese Schools, and Group D, Geek, and then one of those 3 teams because I think they're all pretty close chance. Because it is a BO3. This is a BO3 series, unlike MPLI, which is a BO1. So that's still very different things. MPLI is in a few days here, so we'll see what happens then. M5 is not for another month after MPLI. I think this would be very... As for like the hardest bracket, or hardest group, the most interesting one to watch will probably be Group D or B. I think with Mongolia here, Little Gun, and RQ Brazil and Fireflux with Blacklist would all be very good series to watch. And Group D, just because of how close it is, would be very good to watch. I think Group B, probably as a whole, is better skill level. Actually, it's pretty even. But I think Group B series might be more interesting than Group D. That's hard to say, though. A little bit early on to call that. Group A is probably going to be the most boring to watch. It's just going to be like a stomp fest from Onyx on these 3 teams. And yeah, that's really it. And See You Soon, I think they're just going to win. Group C, the only good series would be AP Bread and Burmese Schools. Probably the best series. I think the other series would just be stomps. Group D, I think everything would be interesting in Group D. This probably is the most entertaining. Anywho, hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Bye-bye.